Why are your tomatoes getting all wrinkled and gnarly and scarred on the bottom end? It's called cat facing, and believe it or not, it happens to the best of us. Let me explain it. You see, when a tomato plant is stressed, the damage always, or mostly, begins at the blossom end of the fruit. You guys are probably really familiar with blossom end rot. That's a calcium deficiency in the fruit. This right here is also a nutrient deficiency, but it doesn't cause the tomato to rot. It causes it to get all scarred and deformed. Now, before you freak out, keep in mind that if you have large slicing tomato plants, this is actually very common in the first flush of fruit. I want you to look at these fruit that are coming in on this plant and look at how nice they are. This right here actually came off of the same plant as this. So oftentimes, when the plant is struggling to provide the nutrient uptake that the fruit needs in that first, flush of fruit, while it's still developing root structure and everything, you're gonna run into this. But there are other causes also that you need to be aware of. Inconsistent watering, your number one foe, all right? Guys, you've gotta pay attention to when you're watering and how much you're watering. Pay attention to your plants. They'll tell you if you're overwatering or underwatering. I'm in Mississippi, and the reality is God overwatered my plants a lot over the last couple of weeks, so I'm dealing with a few things. But once this rain spell gets behind us and I start running irrigation, I'm really gonna be able to get this under control. Two other things to keep in mind that can be the cause of cat facing. Too much nitrogen. All right, remember, we're feeding our plants nitrogen while they're growing, while we're producing leaves and creating a plant that can then produce fruit. However, once that plant gets healthy and starts putting out a bunch of flowers and putting out fruit, you gotta back off on the nitrogen. So don't overfeed it with nitrogen. Lastly, a little bit of research on the internet suggests to me, I don't know if it's true or not, that over pruning your plants can cause this problem right here. Now, I do prune my plants rather aggressively, but once I get through that first phase of fruit, I generally don't have this problem. So I think that if you prune your plants the way I do, you'll probably be all right. Go grow some food, guys.